Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time here, I am Chantel Purcell, and it has been about 6 weeks since I had a double mastectomy for stage 2 triple negative breast cancer. And so if you are new to this channel, feel free to catch up on some of the other videos that'll show you what's been going on up until this point, because today I'm just going to kind of do a little pick up and go update as to where we are now. So since my last video, the day of my last video, I actually had some tubing that had been left in my body for a couple of weeks. I had that removed that day, and I think it really kind of speaks for itself. In my last video, I was ecstatic. I was really excited and relieved to have had that taken out that day. So since then, I did have a little bit of irritation still. It was in the left breast area, actually in the left side where the tubing was. After having the tube removed, there was some irritation. The doctor said from having a foreign substance left in the body, that it produced fluid for about 2 more weeks. And so rather than installing a drain tube again, they actually wanted to see me back in the office. The surgeon did on a regular basis. So I went in about every 2 to 3 days for about 2 weeks to have that drained, and I'm happy to report that all the draining is done and we've now moved on. I am now embarking, you guys, on the third and final chapter of treatment for my breast cancer. So we started this journey with chemo. We did 16 weeks of that. We took a little break and did the double or bilateral mastectomy without reconstruction. And so check that one off the list too. And now I have officially started radiation. So I'm excited because it's the end of the treatment. And as soon as I finish this, I'm done treatment-wise. We'll still have things to look forward to as far as reconstruction in the future, but reconstruction was not an option for me, being that I had to have the radiation. It changes the whole game plan. So I am living flat for about probably 9 months or so at least, until we could do reconstruction. I'm still sort of on the fence a little bit, although I'm a little more open to the idea now, being about 6 weeks post-op. A couple of weeks ago, I was like, you know what, I'm good. I'll just leave it like it is. Don't need surgery again. And that might still be the case, but I haven't totally decided. And the good thing is that I don't have to decide quite yet. So I've got time on my side for that. I get to try out my new body for a while and see how it goes. And as you can see, you know what, I'm just dressing the way that I normally dress before, except for right now I have like little marks on me that help them in sort of lining me up for radiation, and I'll kind of talk a little about that. So I'm going to share a little about what radiation has been like, because I've had a lot of people contacting me and a lot of questions about, you know, what's it like and how do you feel. And so I'm going to share just a little tidbit of that today, mostly, you know, for curiosity, for those who are care enough to follow along. Thank you. And also for those who, you know, may come after me on this journey. So I like to give a little tidbit of my personal experience. And so prior to starting radiation, we had sort of like a prep day. And prep day, they brought me in and they actually worked on getting everything lined up so that when I come in for my daily treatment, they can quickly get me, you know, get me in position, do the radiation treatment, and then send me on my way and kind of next for the next patient. So part of doing this is they created like a little, oh my goodness, that sun's gonna do this again. I'm not moving the camera again. Anyway, so they created this form, which was really interesting. I didn't even know they were doing it, but it was a form that set almost immediately, that cradles my sort of upper body, my shoulders, my arm actually is up above my head, and to get me in position. So it cradles the shoulder, the arm, the neck, my head, so that I get in the same position quickly every day. And then they sort of work on aligning the rest of my body. But it's really interesting the way that they do that. And then they also, that's coupled with the fact that I have little marks, kind of like this little cross. I have a couple of those. Oh my gosh, that's doing it again. I have a couple. Okay, y'all, I'm so sorry. This is crazy. I'm gonna just keep on talking. So, so I have a couple of other, I'm gonna move in, so maybe my little head can help block the sun. How's that? My peanut's good for something. So, yeah, there we go. Now what was I saying? Okay, so yeah, so I have a couple of these like little marks down in other places where they align those, and so between the marks and the little the form that I am cradled in, it helps me get into the position really quickly. So so I come in for radiation, I change into a little gown, which by the way they gave me my own little gown. I got to pick one. It's a designer gown. Ooh. And so I get to take it home with me every day. I'll show you at some point. I don't have it handy right now, but it's like a little denim print. It's really cute, and with its own little matching satchel. So okay, it's totally like right up my alley. So they gave me clothes. That was kind of fun. So anyway, so I get into my little gown and just go into the room, and we, you know, get me in position. They do the radiation treatment, which I don't feel anything. I don't have to wear goggles or anything like that. It's literally only targeting the right breast area, which kind of goes a little below the breast, up into kind of like the collarbone area, and then over to the underarm area, because I did have lymph node involvement under my arm. So, so yeah, so they just really target that area, and it's really quite amazing. So it's not like being in a tunnel or anything like that. I'm laying on this platform like a bed, and really hard, and but this big thing just kind of circles around me, and so like I said, I don't feel anything. The only discomfort at all is just being in sort of this awkward position, and mine happens to have my hand up above my head for, you know, maybe like about 15 minutes. And once a week they do sort of like, I'm calling it photo day, where they have to take additional images. Now, the first day they did that, I was in that position for about 40 minutes. So, note to self, if I knew then what I know now, the day they made the form, I would have made sure that I was exactly straight and comfortable. Because now when they realign me and get me in that position, when you have to stay in that position, it matters if you're not comfortable or not. So it's kind of a long story, but I have rods in my back, and we're kind of working against those a little bit. And so that was quite uncomfortable the first long day that I had to stay in that position for 40 minutes. So between my back sort of being uncomfortable and my arm above my head for 40 minutes. So that was the only discomfort part. Like my shoulder, my arm were kind of sore. I couldn't feel my fingertips, but truly, I mean, aside from that, you know, nothing major. And then as soon as radiation is finished, I actually go into the changing room and I immediately apply. Actually, there's a cream that my oncologist recommended, which is called All Good Goop. It comes in a little jar. And there's an ingredient that it contains, and I don't remember the name of it off the top of my head, but it's very beneficial for like burns, that kind of stuff, treating like burned skin. And you can also use like aloe, like straight up like aloe plant, which I actually have one I'm sitting here looking at, and or like, you know, aloe, not one with a dye or any kind of alcohol or anything like that. You'd want to use like a natural product. So, because the idea really, I mean, the side effects with radiation are just merely fatigue and skincare. So what else? Okay, so you might notice a little something different about me from since my last videos. Do you notice my hair? So yeah, it's kind of exciting that if you followed along, you saw in the beginning when I donated my long hair, and for about 10 days I had a cute little pixie that my awesome stylist gave me. And I really enjoyed it, but it was very short-lived before it all fell out. So that's kind of been my goal. It's been something that I've had to look forward to as I have the hair regrowth, and so I'm watching it grow. It's kind of like a little garden, and my eyebrows have come in too, and my lashes are coming back. That's like a whole nother story. I really didn't lose them very long, and that's because of my awesome lash stuff. Anyway, so yeah, so I'm watching my hair come back. That's really fun and exciting. So you guys, I'm going to be really honest with you. This video is really hard for me to do because I'm so tired. Fatigue is a real thing. It's weird because like I don't necessarily feel like going to sleep, but my body is just really kind of run down. But hey, I mean like, so, oops, have 5 days of radiation behind me, but I'm not sure if it's just the radiation or it's probably that coupled with the fact that I have been battling cancer for about 8 months now. I'm sure it's probably a cumulative effect. I don't feel bad at all. In fact, I feel quite good. But I just don't have the energy that I normally would have. So, and this is kind of just me being real, and you know, I mean, I've got a great outlook still. We've more than kicked cancer's ass, by the way. I'm just like, shout out to like all of my doctors and my team and all of you, because you're the best cheerleaders in the world, and you've kept me motivated and encouraged and filled with your strength, and it just gives me goosebumps. And thank you so much, you guys, for all that you've done for me on this journey. There's so much to be grateful for. And overall, again, I mean, I've had so many people asking because I kind of disappeared for several weeks and I didn't do a video, and it's just because I haven't had the energy, you know, so it's been a little hard, just kind of keep on keeping on kind of thing. But overall, I just want everyone to know that I do feel good. I feel well. I'm not hurting. No major awful side effects, and but just less energy than normal. So I thank you for being along for this journey, and I thank you for your prayers and your support, and again, your encouragement. Thank you so much for caring enough to follow along. And if you are one of my warrior friends, one of my warrior sisters, God bless you and just give you strength. And you guys, all of this is not about cancer. It's not about me. It's about all of us living our best life, no matter what our circumstances are. You know, I mean, like, some we get to choose, some we don't get to choose. So like I've said before, I mean, in life, it just brings us various hurdles. And I'm jumping over my last one, and I've lost a little steam from the race that I've been running up until this point, but I'm still jumping like hell, and I'm making all these hurdles, and that's all any of us can do, right? So until next time, my friends, God bless you, and my door is always open. Feel free to ask any questions if you're curious, and get out there and live your best life. Bye.